guys, welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and if this is the first time you've come to our channel, you've searched for us and found us, then please enjoy what you're about to see. That's the best thing I can say. We've got loads and loads of cars and boats and different reviews, lots of things going on, well worth checking out our other things that we do. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks guys for coming back again, and I hope you enjoy today's review, which is all about the Vauxhall Astra. Now, this car's been around for a number of years. In actual fact, it's been around so long, I remember it when I was a teenager, because one of my friends bought one as his first car. Why? I have no idea, because it wasn't really a young kid's car at the time. I mean, Minis, Hillman Imps, probably never even heard of them. They were the style of car. This was a much bigger car. However, it was great for us because we always got him to drive, because you could get 5 people in it. It was very comfortable, and what I since found out, his insurance was much lower than mine. So there you go. There's always a reason behind everybody's madness. Even to the point, speaking of madness, can you believe Lance Stroll, the Formula 1 driver, has actually just ordered one of these, a Vauxhall Astra. Yes, you've heard it here on the Player. Lance Stroll. I can't believe it myself. However, I think what it was, when he was perfecting his racecraft, he went to a couple of the different tracks where you do these, these track day type of things, and he really enjoyed driving the Vauxhall. He found it very responsive. The steering, the actual suspension, everything in it is synonymous with the Vauxhall Astra. Always has been, and probably always will be. And it is a great ride in this car. Consequently, ended up putting an order in for one, albeit this is the top of the range in the sports side, which is the VX. I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's the VX anyway. So this car comes in a couple of different variations on the engine. You've got a 1 litre, which is the bottom of the range. Say the bottom is the entry level, producing around about 105 brake horsepower with a 0 to 60 time of around 10.5 seconds. It's not bad. The next level up is the 1.4 turbo, and what Vauxhall have done very cleverly, instead of producing different engines, they use the same engine and then they just change the brake horsepower on it. So the 1.4 will produce around 125 brake horsepower, and if you want the 150 brake horsepower, they just remap it, like chipping it basically. And likewise with the diesel engine, there's a 1.6 litre diesel engine, which is what this particular car is that we are driving today. It's all right, it goes okay. It's choice of 110 brake horsepower, or again, you can have it mapped and it's 136 brake horsepower. 0 to 60 about 9.6 seconds, not a lot between the diesel and the 1 litre. However, the 1.4, when it's mapped up to the 150 brake horsepower, it will do about 8.6 seconds. It's not really going to light any fireworks, not going to, whisk you away with your head going back with the G-force. But it's all right. It's a very nice all-round car, and that's what the Vauxhall Astra is. It's a good all-round car. It sort of ticks every box, but in a half tick, like you're happy with it. It's just not exciting, to be honest. But it does come in 10 different colours. This one's in a very nice white, and the colour choices are very good. You've got 8 different wheel choices as well, alloys, 8 different choices. I mean, you're going to be spoilt for choice with that. And there are 6 different trim levels, starting with the design, which is the entry level, all the way up to the ultimate. And in between that, you've got the tech line, you've got the Griffin, which is a special edition. Then you go into the VXR, the SRI. I mean, Elite, which is what this one is, and then all the way up to the ultimate. You can buy different packs to add on to this. One of those packs comes with a lot of bits and pieces, like lane departure. They're called driver assistance packs. So you get lane departure, lane assistance, traffic sign recognition, distance control, autonomous braking in town. I mean, the list is never ending. This one's even got tyre pressures. It's lovely. Right here on the right hand side of the steering wheel, it's very easy to use. There's a cursor and it all comes up on the centre. Now on this instrument panel, it's analog either side and then digital in the middle. Don't know why they did it that way, perhaps just to save a bit of money. Speaking of money, this car starts at £15,000 plus VAT, total of around 18,000 on the road, which is very, very reasonable, and probably why a lot of companies, especially with the new engines with their CO2 emissions, they're buying these up in their droves. they're good long distance cars, and if you can save the VAT on it, you've got a very, very decent car for 15,000 English pounds. It comes with an 8-inch TFT touchscreen, which is very responsive. There's no lag in it whatsoever. It's got Apple Play, it's got Android mirroring on it. I mean, they literally have thought of everything on this car. And I think the reason for that is because it's such a narrow spectrum of the market that they're actually selling to. So it's very, it's very important to have all these bits and pieces on here. You also get the Nav Pro nav system, which is extremely easy to use, and it's very, very good indeed. I would say it was equally as good as a TomTom nav system. You get a double cup holder down here. We've got a 12-volt adapter there. Inside here, well, it's a rather small cupboard box, but it does the job. There's a place to keep your sunglasses. The heating controls are very, very simple and easy to use, and likewise all the steering controls here, which I'll do on a separate little bit of film so you can see, are very simple and easy to use. All that remains really is we need to jump in the back, see what it's like for the passengers, see how much boot space there is, and give you a final overall impression of the Vauxhall Astra. Let's get on and let's do it. Round at the back, well, not bad looking, is it? It's very hatchbacky, as you'd expect. No sign of any exhaust there, which in a way is all right. I mean, it's obviously tucked underneath. I do quite like these lights at the back as well. Got a little wash wipe on here and a little spoiler under there. Yeah, it's neat. Obviously, there's no assisted tail lift on this. I wasn't expecting that, especially for what you're going to pay for one of these. You do get the obligatory parcel shelf, which, to be honest, is normally, and I say this with trepidation because hopefully it's going to work first time, normally it's a pain in the backside to get rid of. You know what to do with it. You're out, you need the space, but you don't need this thrown on the back seat. So I noticed if you lift this up here, well, first of all, you'll see there is a space saver in there, which is great. Again, that's a major plus in my opinion. These stupid puncture repair kits they put in here. This one's got a proper steel space saver in there. But what I noticed is, and if I can do this, I'm doing it the opposite way around because last time I went the other side of this. But if you get this in the right position in here, and I'm sure if you practice it a few times, look at that. That will actually go underneath there. It's not perfect, but it's better than have to put it on the back seat, isn't it? Another thing, this is a bit silly. Vauxhall decided to stop things rolling about. They would put some ripples on this. Yes, never mind. Well, at least they got the puncture. They didn't put a puncture repair kit in it. It's all a bit flippy floppy. You get carrier bag holders here for your shopping. You've got a couple of tyres down here. There's not much going on. There's no 12-volt adapter, but there again, you're not really going to be using anything around the back here anyway. One good thing I love, I absolutely love this. These cars they're going to be used for all sorts of different things, and one thing I think they're going to be used a lot is popping down the local DIY store or going fishing. And I think Vauxhall have realised that, because in the middle there, look at that, you just lift that up like that little catch, push that down, look at the length of that through there. You'd easily get a 2 metre 2x1 piece of wood through there. I don't know what that is in metric, but it's just great for your DIY enthusiast or your fishing rods. Look at that. And it's not the biggest of boots, that's the problem. It is 370 litres in the back with the seats up, but if you drop the seats down, and they're fairly easy to do, you just push them. They've got a clip either side here. Now that is 1250 litres, that's more like it, and it's got a reasonable height on it as well. However, look here guys, look at that lip, and look at the height of this. It's right up on here on my thigh, so I'm going to have to literally pick stuff up and get it up to here before I can get it over, and then I've got this plastic horrible lip across the back. So on one hand it takes, and on the other hand it gives. But that's a Vauxhall. Let's get in the back, see if it's comfortable. It's quite neat in the back here. When I mean neat, it's neat and tidy, and that's what I was sort of expecting to find. You've got 2 USBs down the bottom there for charging, etc., for power. You've also got 2 heated rear seats. Can you believe that? But there's no rear heating control here at all, so you're totally dependent on the front. Hence why I think when you open this up and you've got this little shelf, which is rather nice, but normally it has a cup holder in here. Well, you're going to be so cold in the back, I think you're going to be holding your cup of tea just to keep your hands warm. So they don't want you to let go to adjust the heating. It's very, yeah, it's comfortable. It's got a very low level transmission tunnel in it. And what's it like in the middle? Well, I can tell you now, you were expecting that as well. It's comfy for someone in the middle, but not someone as probably as wide as me, more like 3 kids, I would say. There's Isofix either side, and on these they have the flippy uppy things there, so you never get to lose those, which is good. And also, which I do like, you can push the seatbelt tensioners straight into the seat. It's nicely put together, plenty of headroom, plenty of leg room. There's even a place to put some knitting magazines if you're so inclined. All in all, I think you can't really get much better for the money. So basically, how do we summarise the Vauxhall Astra 2019? Well, in my opinion, it's a little bit beige. And what I mean by that is, it sort of ticks all the boxes, but it doesn't really get you that excited. However, for the money, check it out. I mean, that is a good looking car. It's comfortable, it's economical, and it's never going to let you down. So go and have a test drive. Definitely worth it. You've been watching me, AJ the Player. I thank you for watching, and hopefully next week we'll have another car for you. In the meantime, don't forget, like, subscribe and comment at your peril. Safe motoring, guys. Take it easy.